Welcome back to Project Management Made Easy. Before we get started, we'd just like to give a shout out to Goodyear Creative Services for suggesting us to use a lavalier microphone. It's right here. So hopefully this will make a huge difference on the sound quality of our videos. So moving on to today's topic. It's simple, but not easy. We're going to be talking about assigning tasks. So let's get to it. So what is a task? A task is something that must be completed to achieve a greater goal. A lack of tasks or incremental steps to achieve something greater is often why people never accomplish the things they want to in life. Goal setting has been historically linked to being more successful. Believe it or not, the task list has a history. A man named Charles Schwab, a steel tycoon, and a guy who was obsessed with increasing economic efficiency, wanted to find a way to make his workers more productive. He sent out a memo and stated that he would award handsomely any individual who could improve the productivity of his employees. This led to a meeting with PR guru Ivy Lee, who suggested that each employee write down 6 tasks and rank them according to priority. After 90 days of testing, productivity improved and the task list was born. Let's talk about the importance of assigning tasks the right way. It's quite simple to walk over to Joe's desk and tell him that he needs to pull and analyze the financials from last quarter. But to get Joe to actually do that job and do it properly is a whole other ballgame. Task lists are not fun, but they are important. Here's why. Firstly, they help us keep track of things. Second, they help us visualize our priorities in order. And finally, they keep us motivated. Marketing guru Simon Sinek talks about a chemical called dopamine. It motivates us to achieve incremental goals. It rewards motivated behavior. It makes us feel good when we check things off the to-do list or reach project milestones. This chemical is the main reason why task lists work so well in the first place, and why they're such an important part of project management. Next, let's look at some best practices for assigning tasks. Now, assigning tasks can be tricky, and simply giving a task to the wrong person could cause a lot of problems. Here are some common mistakes that managers make and how you can overcome them. The first mistake that managers make is assigning tasks without consent. Just like we did with Joe earlier, many managers have the mindless habit of handing out tasks like Halloween candy. Except on Halloween, kids actually want the candy. This method won't fly with a lot of people. It particularly won't fly with millennials, as they don't appreciate authority and top-down approaches, and they hate feeling like they're being forced to do things that they don't want to do. It's more important to take a collaborative approach and ensure that assignees are confident that they can complete the work. It's best to use the time estimation techniques and maybe take an agile approach. Anyways, if you do this right, you'll feel more confident that the task will be completed and that the assignee will feel great about completing the task. The next mistake that managers make is mismatching skills. When you think about mismatched skills, you often think about hard skills right away. Like, you wouldn't put your marketing person to take care of accounting. That's a given. But the less obvious mismatched skills are the soft skills. For example, maybe you have a social media guru in your office who's an absolute genius at attracting attention for your company online. Let's say you include them on your roster of people to man the booth at a trade show. Unfortunately, your social media person has 0 real-life social skills, and so sending them to the trade show where they have to meet people face-to-face may be uncomfortable for them and a waste of time for you. So keep an eye on soft skills when assigning tasks to make sure that everyone is happy. The next mistake that managers make is assigning multiple people to a task. It's one we hear about all the time at workplaces and at school. When 2 or more people are assigned to a task and nothing gets done. In this case, it's important to be clear about each person's responsibility in completing the task. For example, let's say the task is to create a marketing plan. You've assigned it to 2 people. Now, you can't just say, "Hey, Ash and Alex, go make me a marketing plan." But that won't work because you were not specific enough. Alex and I will be sitting around wondering and possibly even arguing about who's going to do what. The best way to approach it would be to say, hey Ash, you take care of all the research that's required to build the marketing plan, and Alex, you put it all together. This way, the subtasks are clear and there will be no confusion. Finally, here's a big mistake that managers make all the time. They make it hard to see current and upcoming lists of things to do with clear priorities. Here's the deal. If task lists are not in people's faces, they have a hard time staying focused and on track. Make sure that everyone can see the task list in a centralized location. Plus, make sure that they can see the dependencies that have an effect on their task. Knowing that someone is waiting for them to complete their task by a specific time and date will help them keep your team accountable. So, moving forward, take action and make it a group ritual to cross off tasks from the list. Whether you use a whiteboard, your favorite project management software, stickers, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as people get their daily dose of dopamine, you should see a definite increase in productivity. It will keep the team feeling great about the tasks that they were assigned, and it keeps them both accountable and happy to work. So that's it for assigning tasks. Thanks so much for watching. Next week, we're going to be talking about how you can track your progress. See you then.